Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've put together a video on foot and arch strengthening. I think these exercises are super useful for skaters of all levels. They're a great way to gain more control in your feet and also help avoid injuries. Now I've used some equipment for these exercises, but you can always find substitutes around the house. First, I have a resistance band. I recommend starting with the stretchier ones first and progressing to the thicker ones as you get stronger. You can also use a long hand towel instead to replace this. Next, find some objects around the house that are fiddly. Stay tuned to find out how they're exercise related. And I'm also going to use a wobble board or a balance board. This is really important for ankle strengthening, but it's also just as important for strengthening the foot and the arch. I always do a quick warm-up to get my muscles and joints moving. This is just as simple as pointing and flexing the foot, rolling my ankles, and getting my muscles warmed up. Calf raises. Now I'm doing single leg raises here, but if you're just starting out, stick to double leg calf raises. Be careful not to let your ankles roll out or twist out of alignment. Try to raise your heel as high as you can for each repetition. The slower and the smoother the movements, the more difficult they are, and the more control and strength you need to execute them correctly. Resisted plantar flexion. Like heel raises, these work the calf muscles. The resistance band tests out your control through the range of movement of the muscle. It's important to focus on trying to control bringing the foot slowly back from a pointed position to a flexed position. Resisted dorsiflexion. This works the muscles on the front of the shin. When wearing a skating boot, this muscle works very hard to stabilize the ankle, and it actually holds up the inner arch of our foot. It only makes sense that we should strengthen it as well. Could this be the weirdest flex you've seen today? Possibly. Static arches are not just something you can freak your friends out with, but they also develop arch control within the foot. Figure skating boots don't allow our feet to move a lot, so static control comes into play. It helps to think of your foot as kind of like a weird squidgy caterpillar. Make sure your foot is firmly on the ground and imagine digging the balls of your feet into the ground and towards your heel without lifting any of the foot aside from the arch. Resisted toe flexion. I'll admit that I laughed too when I learned this exercise. It does seem pointless, but it is not. Just like on land, the big toe is ridiculously important in balance. It helps skaters balance on ice and it helps normal people balance on land. The muscles of our inner arch actually also attach to the base of the big toe, so the arches are getting a workout too. Lace the band around your big toe and try and push down towards the ground. Crumpling is another fun exercise for arch strengthening. Use your toes to pull material closer to you without lifting your heel. You can use a towel instead of the band, and a carpeted floor will give you more of a challenge than a smooth one. Object transfer. Now we finally get to the part of the video you've all been waiting for. This is hands down the funniest one and the most fun exercise to do. Try using your toes to pass various objects from foot to foot. This exercise combines strength, control, sensation, and it helps you gain more awareness about how to use your foot muscles. The wobble board. This is a wholesome tool for our ankles and feet. I like to challenge my balance in a few ways on this. Starting out, I try to stay as still as possible with little to no movement in my body. This can be done on one foot flat, or it can be done in a calf raise position. After this, I add things like leg and arm movements or calf raises again to challenge my balance further. And that's it for this video. I hope it gives you some ideas and knowledge about ankle and foot strengthening. Feel free to leave comments down below telling me what kind of exercises you do to strengthen your foot and arch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video.